All right, my good people, what is going on? This is VF Baller back with another video, and today I want to talk about the first preseason game the Falcons had, which was yesterday as of this recording, Friday the 13th. And it's a lot to take from what has happened. A lot of people expected us to win the game, and to a certain extent, I expect us to win the game too. But in the scheme of things, it's a preseason game. I want to see who's out there fulfilling their roles, who's out there executing, who's standing out, who needs to be possibly put on the bench, who needs a little bit more work, all this other good stuff. So there's a lot to unpack here, and the world is not falling because of the first preseason game. And I want to make that very clear. The sky is not falling because of the first preseason game. If we still have these problems by week 4 of the regular season, then we're going to have a serious talk, because that's when you kind of know what's going on. Nevertheless, if you like this video, hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Over here, I talk about Falcons football, Georgia Southern football, and everything under that umbrella, including the gaming side of sports. All right, let's get into this. I did not like, I'm going to tell you off the rip what I didn't like. I did not like what the offensive line brought to the table. The right side of the offensive line was horrendous. Everybody was going through the right side of the line. AJ McCarron was running for his life. It was just abysmal. I mean, they had like the Olay blocking. They were just letting them through like it was nothing. And there's something that we're going to have to at least take care of by the end of the preseason. I think with Jalen Mayfield first time being out there, it's new to them. They're looking at a 3-4 scheme, which can be really confusing even the veterans. But then again, you still have to make a concerted effort to get better. So hopefully in games 2 and 3, they will. This first game just wasn't a good night for them, and hopefully that don't transpire into something worse, because they made AJ McCarron look worse than what he really is. I mean, I know AJ McCarron is not the best quarterback in the world, but I know he's not that bad of a quarterback. I mean, it was pretty bad. Let's get into the other quarterback, Felipe Franks. He had to run a little bit himself, and because of the pass protection, but looked like he has some wheels on him. I knew that he could move a little bit, but I didn't know he can move like this. 6'7", 234 pounds, and he can move. So be on the lookout to see what he can do later on down the road. A little bit more polish will go a long way, and hopefully that will continue to sprout about what the backup quarterback can be, because it's still a competition. Even though McCarron was not on the good side of last night, it's still a competition. Like I said, it's only one game. I like what I saw from Felipe Franks, even though I think he was like 2 of 9. Some of his passes were dropped. I mean, I don't know what you could do about that. If the pass is dropped, is that really on the quarterback? But then again, 2 of 9 is 2 of 9. And this is something that's another thing that's probably going to have to work on going forward, because of the fact that, we need a solid backup. Matt Ryan goes down, the season's over. So it's something that we're going to have to really deal with and work on as the time goes on. Let's talk about this defense. I have no quarrels with defense. I have no problem with the defense. I think the defense did a phenomenal job overall. A lot of blitz packages. The secondary is still a little suspect, even though, we didn't have our starters out there for the secondary. They were a little suspect. Richie Grant played a little bit, did everything he could to stop that 4th down play. I mean, he was in position. I mean, I don't know what else you can ask for in that situation. But a lot of things happened. Chris Williamson got beat a couple times. But for the most part, the defense themselves is shining. I really like what I see. The front package, guys are moving and shaking in the front 7, confusing the offensive lines, confusing running backs, confusing the quarterbacks. I think we got like 5 or 6 sacks last night. That's what you like to see at the end of the day when you're looking at a situation like this. I want to see more of that, and I want to see the cornerbacks and the safeties cover more. Well, like I said, a lot of these guys, Ogundeji, Davison, Jalen Hawkins, you got a handful of guys who actually did a good bit of work last night, and they're probably going to continue to be around on the team. Now, mind you, we don't have our starters out there, so none of the safeties was out there. AJ Terrell didn't play. Deion Jones, none of them didn't play. Michael Walker, I think he was out there. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he was. But you had some guys out there who stood out. I mean, Etheridge was another one that stood out. Very good player. I think he had like 13, 14 tackles. I mean, Marlon Davison, he came up, big question marks about him last year with his injury and stuff, but now he's back and he's showing what he can do. Like I said, all these guys are a work in progress, even though they may be veterans. It's a new scheme, new team, and this is the first time out. So I think by at least week 1, or the end of the last preseason game, you will see things get a little bit better. Hopefully on the offensive line, because man, that offensive line was not helping matters at all. I mean, with the defense, the way the defense played, if the offense was doing a little bit, we could have put more points up than what we did. Nevertheless, I walked away impressed with the defense, not so much of the offense. I give an overall score of a maybe 6, 7 based on how I feel out of 10. I think the offense could have stepped up a little bit, put some points on the board, then we could have been up a little bit higher. I'm always a big proponent of putting up at least 20 points or more on the board as far as the team goes. And hopefully, with the first string out there, that definitely will not be the case because we didn't have all our players. One more thing is talking about the offense. Tajae Sharp really showed how well he can be. Love the things that he did. He was cooking the secondary. Unfortunately, we had a lot of holding calls, a lot of penalties. Players just was not able to keep their blocks up. Running backs running for their life. And it was one play where McCarron totally misread the route, overthrew everybody on the sideline when Tajae Sharp did a dig route and was wide open on the sideline. That type of stuff needs to get fixed. But nevertheless, Matt Ryan's going to be the quarterback, not necessarily A.J. McCarron. I'm pretty sure those passes will be completed. Furthermore, letting us know that the scheme and everything that I saw is in good hands for the weeks to come. Hopefully, they will be able to put it all together, especially when the starters come out, and we'll see what they actually can do. If you like this video, let me know, man. Hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys for getting me over the 800 mark as far as subs. We're moving right along. I'm going to have some Georgia Southern stuff up very, very soon. That's going to be the next thing on deck. Also, I was supposed to do a live today, but I got a family function I got to attend, so I won't be doing the live today, but definitely will be down the road as soon as possible. As soon as I get the time, we'll be going. First and Frame Rate show will be popping up once again. Thanks to everybody on the Patreon. You guys are awesome. You see those guys right there scrolling. The Patreon supporters, they get exclusive content. In some cases, they get early access to content that I put on this channel. If you guys don't mind, you want to give it a look, the link is down in the description. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons Nation doing a phenomenal job on their channels, respectively. And we will continue to give you more information about the Atlanta Falcons and everything under that umbrella. All right, guys, until next time, you guys be easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.